So today is just another usual day, and we are on our way to work. And yeah, so I will be sharing today on what our usual day is. So we usually go to work at around 6:30 in the morning. So before we go, we usually say a prayer. So make sure that we ask guidance in whatever things that we do today. And since I will be vlogging today, and so my wife is going to be the driver for today. So again, I will be sharing you guys in the usual things. I will also be sharing you our school, so it's not going to be the usual adventures that we do. So it's just going to be about since my main work here is being a teacher, so yeah, I will be sharing to you on what our school looks like. And our school is, I think it's only about 5 minutes away from where we live. Yeah, it's not that far. So this is it. This is Farmington High School. Today is a special day since there will be no students, and today is our professional development day. So we're not going to see any students today. So we're here again. We don't have any students today because today is going to be a professional day. So we will be having meetings and all that stuff. So this is how you get into the school. You have to scan your ID. There you go. And open. Thank you. And yeah, we're inside our school. This is how our school looks like. So students can stay here if they have nothing else to do. So, okay, this is my classroom. There we go. So yeah, I'm here. So hi everyone, and yeah, I just arrived here at school, and like I said, today is a professional development day, so we don't have any students today. So what we have to do would be to attend PLC meetings. So most of my students are 9th and 10th graders, but during my first hour I also have gifted students. There are probably about 20 of them. They are 8th graders, but they are taking geometry subjects. Yeah, by the way, my first year teaching here in the US, I was assigned in the reservation. It's an Indian reservation where most of my students are Indians, American Indians. So, but then I tried applying here in Farmington High last year, and I got accepted. So that's why this is my first year here in Farmington High School. So it's just a small city where you have access to most of the things that you need. Today I'm gonna tour you around my classroom and the things that they have here. And today I would like to tour you around my classroom. I'm so sorry I cannot tour you around the campus because there are also other teachers. So this video would only be limited to what I have inside my classroom. So yeah, and I also would like to point out the difference between the things that we have there in the Philippines, because I've taught for 7 years in the Philippines. So when I came here in the US, it's way different. Technology wise, they have a lot here. Okay, so just like this one, they gave us Apple laptops to use, but I'm not. Since I'm a Windows guy, it's gonna be the transition is kind of slow for me. But I have been using this laptop for quite a while now, but most of the time I still use my Windows laptop. So yeah, I'm gonna tour you around my room and the technologies that they have. So yeah, here you go. So one of the things that's different here is when I was in the Philippines, I had to really decorate my classroom by a lot. There would be standards that you had to follow on what things that you had to put on the walls or something like that. But here it's not really necessary. But a lot of teachers are also posting things on the wall. But for me, I am not really very good at doing that. But yeah, I only have very little postings on the wall. But you're not really required to do that, but you can. So as you can see, I only have very few posters on my wall. So yeah, and these are also some of the works that my students did. So all of them got perfect scores, so that's why I posted these works right here. And so they all have their workbooks, and they are all placed in this shelf. So yeah, we use this all the time, especially for my geometry students. So this is what we use. The good thing about that, they also already have sites where you can get resources and things like that. So in this part of the wall, you can see 3 switches, so you can actually adjust the light on your classroom. So you can do 50% if you don't want the light to be too bright. You can do 100%. You can also do 50% off and back. So if you're viewing something on the widescreen, you can. Okay, so let me demonstrate. So that's 50%, that's 100%, and this one, that's when you wanted to do, if you are viewing something on the screen, so you can do this. so that the lights in front will be turned off. Okay, so you see that the lights in front are turned off so that your students can see better on the screen. So there you go. And so in this side of the wall, this is where it gets interesting. So you see, so they have this audio visual panel right here where you just have to connect. Okay, there's an HDMI port here, there's another port here that I don't know, so you just have to plug in your HDMI cord. And okay, so there's another, so this port will go to your computer, and then you can view whatever work that you want your students to see. It will be flashed in the screen, which I am going to show you later and demonstrate how we call this the smart board. You can actually, this is very cool, and we don't have this in the Philippines, or I mean we probably do, but you know, only very few schools have this type of device right here. So going back to this panel right here, so if you want to turn on your projector, you just press this. Okay, and all the rest of the panels right here, just HDMI, VGA, freeze, mute, and there's a volume rocker right here where you adjust the volume. So there is actually a speaker in front of, I mean on the ceiling. So if you want to play some music or you want to play some sounds, there would be, you know, you can use the speaker. It's actually, you know, this is very cool because you don't have to bring any speakers. You just have to, you know, plug in your computer and play the video or anything that you want your students to see. So there you go. And if there would be emergencies, you can just, you know, going back to this wall, you can just push this to call the office. So this is something that, you know, if there are emergencies, you can use this button right here to directly call the office if there is anything that you need for emergency. So in this part of the classroom, you all have this cabinet right here where you can put your things, important things that you need. So yeah, there you go. So most of the books here were, you know, used by the previous teacher. We also have cabinets right here, and I haven't used most of them yet. And here you have your own personal cabinet right here, so you can keep your things. Alright, and yeah, there you go. They also give you this radio thing where you can use to, you know, call them. This is old school, I know, but they also have this. So yeah, and I keep some of my papers there. So yeah, and same on this side of the wall, it's this same switch, the one that I showed you earlier, where you can adjust the lightings on your room. So next would be, I'm gonna show you how this projector is used in class. So yeah, it's very cool. Okay, so Remember what I said a while ago, that you will need to connect the HDMI cord to your computer. So here it is, it's connected. Okay, there you go. And the next would be to turn on your projector. So I actually have a remote right here. We can use the remote or this panel right here. Turn it on like that, and the projector is turned on, and in a few seconds it will light up. So there you go. Alright, so right now my lesson is about similar just an example lesson which I did in the past. What we have to do to be able to interact with the screen is that you're going to need this. So this is the, because it's something like a pen that you can use to interact with the screen, or you can write whatever things that you need to write on board. So here you go, for example. So this is just a warm-up activity, and let's try to see how we can interact with the board. So in the side of the screen, you see this arrow right here. So you can just simply click it like that, and then you can change the colors of the pen. So this is the pen, this is the highlight. You can change colors, change the size of the pen. So I usually just put it in the smallest size. And then here, let's just say you want to use blue. Here we go, and try to answer this. And it's just like this. So that would be, we know how to do this if you're into math. You know that you have to cross multiply this to be able to get the value of that. So go. So that would be that. You can cross multiply. See, it's writing on the board. And if you want to erase the writings or the highlights or whatever writings that you use while using this, you can actually erase. So there's a button right here. Just press that. So when you press that, you can actually erase that. So you can saw this. Okay, that would be 7 x equals to 10x minus 30. Okay, then you're going to use another color to do that. Just say purple, and subtract 10x to both sides. And that gives us negative, we'll take another color, just say red. That'll be negative 3x equals negative 30. Use another color, let's say green. That'll be x is equals to, there we go. So in math, this is very useful. You can use this. It's, yeah, this is one of the things that I find interesting, and I love this very much. It's easy. And then when you want to erase everything, you just press this, and then there's the erase bar below. You just press that. And then press yes. So yeah, and then you can use this to highlight important things. Let's say yellow, There's even if you're into graphing, you can also use this. There you go. Black. Or if you're into writing, you can change the background. If you want white, it can be white. It can be red. And this is the more into graphic, green, black. That's it. So yeah. And I've used back when I was in my previous school, we also have this smart board, but this one is very responsive. So this is, I think, more advanced than the previous ones that I used. Again, it's very responsive. You can actually, if you're teaching, graphing, so you can bring your own graph like that. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Alright, so I guess that's about it. Yeah. Okay, so one last thing that I wanted to share to you guys is how we use the audio. Okay, so remember that I told you earlier that there's a speaker in the ceiling. I don't know if there's only one, but I think there's 3 speakers. So yeah, so like for example, if you wanted to show a video, okay, like that one. So right, here we go. So here we can actually control the volume in this panel. So there we go. Right, so you just have to play. Right now my computer is in extended mode, so when I play this video, you will see that there you go, it's actually so loud you can even make it louder.
You're going to be in school for roughly 4,745 days. That's over 113,000 hours and just under 7 million minutes. And all that time was built up to get you to one day, the day that you graduate. Your high school graduation is going to be one of the most talked about, thought about, and anticipated days of your life. And all those hours, all that time, is filled with a lot of firsts. Your first test, your first dance, your first phone, your first crush. And that journey, it looks different for all of us. And no matter what grade you're currently in, it really wasn't that long ago, and you were just getting started.
So you can actually control that one right here. I mean the sounds. Okay, you want it so loud, you can do that, or you can, lower the volume. So that's it. Yeah, I think that's all that I can share to you today. So yeah, it's pretty nice, being able to do this in your classroom, and the delivery of your instruction is going to be very good if you have this things available. All right, so yeah, I guess that's all, and this is the end of the video.